Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing today? I decided to get on for a few minutes before I got my day started. I wanted to talk about in this Young Dolph situation, the truth don't change. And this is going to be a little short video. So for those of you all that are coming into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and please share the video. Please share the video, but definitely hit the like button. I wanted to talk about the truth won't change as it relates to this Young Dolph situation because we're starting to um, see more and more people get emotional. We know that there's send outs from other channels, okay? Um, People get really emotional about a lot of the lies that they hear, and they'll jump and run to somebody else's channel and get themselves caught up in something um, real quick, okay? There are a lot of narratives that have been put out, and I understand people don't necessarily know. I don't know everything, as I always say. It's not even good to know everything, but I know enough. I know enough. I know enough to understand, okay? But when you start seeing a lot of stuff that's put out, a lot of people get emotional based on it just if it sounds good, all it has to do is sound good, which is fine. But as for me, the truth won't change because I know what I know. I know what I know. And I don't get on here to try to convince anybody of anything. And I think a lot of times with people, when they pay people to push narratives, I see how folks go hard. They do. They go hard. They willing to do anything because they are being paid. And as I say, get your money. But it's not going to change over here because when you try hard to try to discredit somebody, you know damn well telling the truth, it kind of, let people thinking people know, that you are involved. It's a lot of stuff that I could say that I won't say. A lot of these people that are on here pushing things, it is because they are affiliated with the very people, but you don't hear me busting people out. They are in the same damn gang organizations and everything with some of these people that had that would participate in and having this situation done to Dolph. But you never hear me say anything. You never hear me because that's not my job. Because I understand that it's not going to change the nature of the investigation. It all goes back to people being able to send people out. I think about straight dropping Cornelius and the other people that was involved in this situation that y'all don't even necessarily know about. How they allowed people to instigate and push them into something that they can't get out of. As I said, I play very dirty, especially because I know laws and I just sit back and wait for a person to step over the line. Okay? Because one thing about people, when they send you out to do certain things and you start getting into stuff, you start crossing over the line and getting into stuff, they kind of back away from you. And I see, a lot of this stuff is for clicks and views. I don't get mad at that. Like all of this stuff that I see, all of this craziness, I don't get mad at that because a person can do whatever they want to do on their page. Okay? I don't get mad at stuff like that. Are they talking about pre? I don't get mad about stuff like that. Let a person say whatever they want to say. But when you start trying to harass a person and send out threats, okay, that's something different. When you start getting your subscribers because they're feeble minded, some of them, because some people just don't know how to think. And I'm not calling everybody subscribers feeble minded, but there are some people that's just easy to be sent out. And you have to understand, why would a person directly want to target another person? Okay. Just because what they're saying is different than them. One, it's because you know it's bullshit and it's all about the money. You know it's true, what I'm saying. Okay. And so you got to try to discredit me, but you risk slander because that's what's a lot of them pushing close to slander. I'm just waiting. Okay. But people don't think and they get weak people and send them out and get them involved in stuff that they don't necessarily even have to be involved in. Okay. Number two is because you working for, let's just put it out there, CMG. Okay. It's a lot of people. That's why I always say think. You guys think. Don't let people send you out. Don't allow, because some of these folks are getting paid crumbs and they'll get on their knees in a minute and they'll send out their unsuspecting people that follow them and get them involved in stuff, okay? That they don't necessarily have to be involved in. People want to know who I work for. I work for myself. But do I do investigative work? I sure do. That's my profession. Am I investigating this case? No, I'm not. Okay. If I was investigating this case, I wouldn't be on here talking about it. Do I know people that's investigating this case? Uh-huh. I sure do. On both sides. The FBI and the Memphis Police Department. I sure do. That's how I can tell you a lot of this stuff is BS. And a lot of these people are being paid. But I ain't trying to mess up nobody's money. Even when it's outlandish, I ain't trying to mess up nobody's money. But it becomes a problem when you try to slander, bully, harass. That's something else. Don't let people send you out to do that. Because the truth ain't gonna change over here. It's not going to, as a matter of fact, it don't change anyways. It does not change. Okay. So I'm not into trying to protect nobody. You know, um, I'm not. I understand that these people know exactly, I'm talking about the investigators know exactly what they're doing. I don't even look at everybody's stuff. Okay. But just know that the truth won't change. It won't. And I'm sure not going to. Because, see, I don't try to bend the truth. I don't try and, manipulate the truth. I don't. And before some send out get on here and say, well, what is the truth? Well, the truth is that Dolph was assassinated and that those two of those young men that are in jail part are a part of it, and that there's more to come, and that there was a bag put on his head. That's the truth that I can tell you. If you want to know more, wait on the investigators and the agents that are working this case to tell you. I'm sure not going to listen to I, hey, I believe what they say thus far. Okay. So I said that to say this: the truth is not going to change. I know people, they want to try to attack me so bad. They won't do it. So they'll send other people that have mental illnesses, that are borderline mentally ill. It's a lot of craziness that go out on this internet, and they put these people in stuff that they don't even have to be in. It all goes back. I see it. It all goes back to what is happening in this Dolph case. A lot of people are involved in this situation that didn't even have to be involved in this, that have messed their lives over, that didn't even have to be in this. And the same thing is going on because of that jealousy in our community, and that crabs in a barrel mentality. But I can't be bullied, and my truth ain't gonna change. Okay, the truth don't change, and it ain't just my truth. Okay, believe what you want to believe, but as it relates to me, it ain't gonna change over here. A lot of times people, when they zone in on another vlogger, it is because they know what they saying is a bunch of BS. They know what that vlogger is saying is true, and I got to tear them down because people know that they got credibility because they deal with these people that's investigating this case. And this is how I make my money. Unfortunately, that's that crabs in a barrel mentality. YouTube don't pay my bills. My investigative company is not bumping and booming like it is because I'm a BS investigator and I got some of the best. People don't deal with us or mess with us like they mess with us because we're BS. Okay. I hate that this situation happened to Dolph, but at the same time, it kind of brings out a lot of it, to the forefront, a lot of what's going on in our community. Attacker, because I want to be the one, you know what I mean? With all of the answers, even though your stuff ain't nothing but a bunch of BS. You know that. But I never call anybody out because that's not my job to do that. Okay. But as far as what I talk about, it ain't gonna change. Because one thing about me, I don't, like I said, I don't try to bend the truth and I don't try to manipulate the truth because the truth is gonna always stand. That's for sure. When people come over here with say, how I know, I'm not trying to convince you. You can accept it or you don't have to. But don't let nobody get you into something on this internet that's not going to be conducive to your livelihood. Because trust me, they pushing that BS because this is their livelihood and they'll get you messed over. When you start getting into harassment and things of that nature, if you think you can't be traced, you're a fool. Okay? So just know that the truth will not change. And don't let people use you. You can accept it or you don't have to. But don't let people use you to go after other people because they want their channel to be the go-to channel when they know damn well it's a bunch of BS. Because a lot of people are on their grown woman and grown man stuff, they just have not called it out because it can be called out. I'm not on here for that. Okay. But just know it don't change over here. And I wanted to put that video out. I'm supportive of Pre because I know they had nothing to do with Dolph's death. I'm interested in the people that had something to do with his death getting caught. I won't give a damn how much money somebody got. You know, they just, you know, the truth ain't gonna change over here because the truth don't change. It ain't gonna change in court. It ain't gonna change downtown at that federal building and at that Memphis police Memphis Police Department investigative homicide. It don't change there, so it ain't gonna change here. Okay. So I just wanted to get on here and say that, I want you guys to have a good day. And I'm not listen, I'm not mad about anything. Okay. Because if I definitely hate that we're losing our black men. I hate that Dolph had to die strictly because of jealousy and greed. Okay. If I thought that his artist, or if I had heard from reliable sources that his artist had anything to do with this, and these are the people that know, I'd be on top of their heads, or I wouldn't be supportive at all. Okay. But I know the direction that it came from. And it ain't because no vlogger that said it. Okay. It's because the people that are or that are investigating this know exactly the direction that this situation came from. Okay. And so I believe what they say because there is a pattern. Those officers and different people, agents and stuff, they don't have no reason to try to pin nothing on nobody. These people trying to get justice to stop a cycle of African American men being gunned down just because. This stuff got to stop. And you got other people that have been put here to try to derail the truth. That's what's wrong in our community. It's a sad thing. It's a sad thing. So even though you have black men wanting to come at me, I still want the cycle of black men to stop as far as death. And it's sad how people put themselves in positions because coming over here harassing me is not a good thing. Don't send your people over here to harass me. Let them know that there are crimes against things like that. If you truly care about your community, let them know that instead of trying to send them out because the truth ain't going to change over here. The truth don't change. It don't change and it won't change. Okay? So if you don't want to hear my truth, don't come over here. But if you feel like a person, if you know what you saying is truth, you don't even zone in on other people. That's how you know a plant. You don't zone in on other people. You do your thing. And you don't even worry about what other people doing. You don't zone in on that. I don't. Even if I see a lot of BS, never get on here and talk about it. I keep the main thing, because it ain't gonna change over here. Okay. I've said it from day one and it will remain the same. And I'm willing to bet everything I have on that the whatever direction that the investigators are going in or that I'm going in, I'm willing to bet that the investigators are going in the same direction. But as I've always said, I don't know who tried to take Dolph out before because there was a pattern of trying to take him out. But whoever those people were that tried to take him out before, it ain't gonna be that far off when this investigation finally ends, because it's just getting started. It don't end with straight dropping Cornelius. It's just getting started. That's why I say don't let people get you emotional. Why let this thing play out? Stop letting people use you. Okay? You don't have to believe what I say. But even with what I say, don't let it get you emotional. Don't let it get you emotional. And to the plants that's being paid, I hope they paying you enough for attorney's fees because I slander is civil. See, it wasn't enough but terroristic threats, cyberbullying. I see YouTube just put out some new rules and stuff about that because they see how the laws are about that. They ain't playing about that stuff. So tell your sendouts about that, okay? Because I know the laws, okay? But people should have learned with how they really left straight drop out there to dry. That ain't nobody loyal, okay? Ain't nobody loyal. So I don't understand why people are, but a lot of this is just self-serving. I want to be the only one when you know what you producing is garbage, really. But I ain't trying to stop nobody's bad. YouTube don't pay my bills. I have a very successful business because I'm good at what I do. Okay. But I want you all to have a good day. But I just had to get on here and talk about that. The truth don't change. And because the truth don't change, it won't change with me. You can accept it or you don't have to. If you don't believe what I'm talking about, It's all good. But don't put yourself in a position where you're doing criminal things. Don't let people send you out to do that. Okay. I want you all to have a good day.